Hello and welcome back to the Squirrel Heed YouTube channel. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. Liverpool are taking on Sevilla tonight and we're back in its Champions League football. Champions League football, I'm buzzing about that just on its own. Obviously, Liverpool are coming off a bad result, a terrible result. One of the worst results that Liverpool have had in my recent memory. I am actually struggling to find worse performances, worse results than we had in that match. And I'll touch on it for a little bit. I'm just disappointed in the way that Liverpool played, I'll be honest with you. I really was. It did look like that the way that we were playing, we weren't necessarily going to get anything out of that game, whether we had 11 men or 10, whatever way it was going to go. Didn't look like we were going to win that game against Man City anyway. But we just capitulated and we just didn't show any fight. We gave up. And that has been pretty much the talking point, is that Liverpool did just give up. They didn't actually show any fight. And that was disappointing and concerning as well, because we've got an important, we've got important competitions, the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and all the other different things that we'll be involved in. It was disappointing. And now we've just got to see what happens when we go into the Champions League. What lineup are we going to put out? In my opinion, I think from one thing that we can take from Klopp's press conference, was it today or last night? Pretty sure it was last night, maybe even today. Karius is going to be starting in goal. And that's a big one for me. Is he going to be the Champions League goalkeeper? Whenever Karius plays for us, he does seem to do okay, and he has these little lapses in concentration where if a defender's passing the ball back to him, it's like he gets caught just like, oh, what? Are you passing to me? Hang on, just give us a sec, mate. Like, I'll get there in just in a minute. And he just looks like he panics. And you don't want that panic going through to the back four as well, because the back four is not going to be feeling too great, depending again on who we're going to be starting. Joe Gomez was taking part in the press conference yesterday with Klopp, or just before Klopp. So I imagine he's going to be our starting right back. Trent Alexander-Arnold didn't have a great game on Saturday, but nobody did. So you can't really go and replace the whole 11. It just wasn't a good game, back to front and everything in between. So if Karius is going to be in goal, you're going to have Joe Gomez on the right-hand side. I expect to see Matip and Lovren. Now, me bringing Lovren into the team, I think purely because that's who Klopp would have had in against City. Not that it would have maybe done a great deal of difference, maybe even would have been worse. I just think that's who Klopp is going to go for, because he said that Lovren was feeling the effects of international duty and he wanted to give him a rest. Left back, I've got to see. I want to see Andrew Robertson getting a chance, because if he's not going to get a chance in the Champions League, where is he going to get a chance? What did we buy him for? He is a very good left back, and at the moment he's one of our best left backs in the club. To be fair, you're comparing him to Alberto Moreno and James Milner. Milner's still, in my opinion, better than Moreno. He's got to come in. He has to come in. If we want to be defensively solid, Robertson has to come in and start, and he has to play. That's just my opinion, and I don't know if anyone disagrees with it, but that is just my opinion. If we want to start looking defensively solid, we've got to start using players that actually want to defend. Alberto Moreno, in my opinion, has no interest in defending at all. He would be much better used as an attacking outlet, but that's not going to happen. Andrew Robertson would be in for me at left back. Midfield would most likely, this is where things get interesting. I was going to say most likely would stay the same, but obviously, things are looking a little bit different right now. We don't know, is Sadio Mané going to be starting? Has he even gone? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't had time to read up on it. I'm sorry. I've finished work and I come in and decided to make a video. So I should have done some research there, but I didn't. Mohamed Salah got sent home from training yesterday for illness, but apparently Liverpool are optimistic about him being ready for the game. So who knows what's happening there. Coutinho trained and Firmino trained. So I imagine you're going to see Coutinho coming in. And what a time for him to come back in. Now, it depends what he's going to come back into doing. What is his role going to be? Is he going to be a substitute, or is he going to be starting, and how long is he going to get? The Brazil manager had said a couple of weeks ago that he was ready to do 90 minutes. Fair play. But it's a different system playing in Klopp's system. You have to be high pressure, high intensity, and high work rate all the time. And if you can't do that, then it's not necessarily going to work. I would most likely want to see Henderson, Emre Can, Phil Coutinho. That would be my midfield. Obviously with Coutinho being more of the attacking threat. I would like to see Emre Can. If we're going to... Emre Can would be good if we can go forward. So say if we're going to have two sort of attacking mids, but obviously Coutinho being the more prioritising that role of being the further attacking midfielder, then I would have Emre Can in there and he can maybe back up, do some driving runs. But if we're just going to go with, let's say, I don't know, two CDMs, Henderson and Wijnaldum would be the choice. But there's no reason for me why we can't be attacking this Sevilla team that we need. In my opinion, we are out for revenge tonight, no doubt. We are out for revenge in a much changed Sevilla team as well. I think they won at the weekend 3-0 against Eibar. I'm not sure of the calibre of that team that they came up against, but they won. That's, you know, they'll be in good spirits. Front line. So front line, if Sadio Mane is in, Mane, Salah and Firmino, it will most likely speak for itself. In my opinion, I'd be looking more what's going on. Not that Solanke should start, but that, will he get a shot in the Champions League or ever? Will he get a shot? He should get a shot, in my opinion. Sturridge, could Sturridge do something? I'm not entirely sure. I think there needs to be a little bit of a change from just starting Firmino all the time. We've got to remember that while he does well for us and he has good work rate, he's got good feet and everything like that, and he links play very well when he's on fire, and the whole team's on fire, he's still not an out-and-out striker, in my opinion. And that will come to tell as the season goes on, I think. I think you're going to have to... Jurgen Klopp's going to have to start looking at Sturridge, Solanke, other options. Danny Ings got injured in an under-23s game as well, so that's really disappointing because I was looking forward to him coming back. He would have been a great option as well as an out-and-out striker. But most likely he will go with that. Now, obviously, if Mane isn't playing for whatever reason, or Salah isn't playing for whatever reason, I'm not entirely sure what you go with. You'd probably actually go with Henderson, Wijnaldum and Can in midfield. Phil Coutinho would go back out on the left. Whoever's going to be playing on the right-hand side, be it Mane or Salah, whichever one's not going to be playing, and then Firmino up top. So it would look like the 16-17 season team. So, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm expecting sort of lineup-wise. I haven't really settled on a specific one. I just want a positive result. I just want a positive performance. And for Liverpool to actually show that that Man City game was a blip. Because if it isn't a blip, that is a concern. That is a massive concern. And it's worrying if it isn't a blip. Now, if they come out and they absolutely blast Sevilla or something like that, or at least if we can comfortably win. Hell, even if we uncomfortably win, as long as we win, I don't care really how we do it. But if we can prove that that was just a blip against Man City, all right, fair play. That's fine. If not, though, massive questions have got to be asked of Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool themselves. Because, to be honest, you can't have a capitulation like that and not start pointing fingers at the manager. And I'm not saying like in a Jurgen Klopp out sort of thing. I absolutely love the manager. I think he's a great manager and we're fortunate to have him. But there comes a time when performances like that, other performances as well, you know, do we have the mentality to keep going with all these competitions? Because we're going to be playing twice a week for a long, long time. We're not going to have very much rest, and they're going to have to get used to it. We don't have the biggest squad. We don't have the deepest squad at all. I don't know what to expect, but I am looking forward to hopefully having a positive performance that we can build on and take it back into the Premier League and reset ourselves and hopefully keep going on, build it. Hopefully that Man City result, if anything, has been a wake-up call that we actually aren't as good as we think we were, or as good as we maybe thought we were. You know, you go and beat Arsenal 4-0, you got to look at that Arsenal team at that time, at that particular point in time, and say that they weren't performing either. They weren't, you know, they'd had a negative result against Stoke, and they didn't set up well against us, and we ran through them. Man City just went and did the same thing against us. Now, we need to make sure that that game was just a blip, because if not, Liverpool could be in trouble, and it's only September. That is my thoughts on the game. It was just a rambling load of thoughts. No planning went into it whatsoever. So if I've missed anything, or if I've missed any player information, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure you will. Look, I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping for the best. I'm preparing for the worst. That's all you can do. There will be a video out when the lineups come out tonight. It'll just be a short little video, my thoughts of what the lineup and all that sort of stuff anyway. So I hope you'll join me for that one as well. It'll only be maybe about a 2-minute video. But if you've liked this video, please do like this video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you ever so much, every single one of you, for watching. And I'll catch you later.